What?
She's talking about puppies.
Oh, I know.
Puppies and babies, I'm telling you.
Oh, boy. Okay, we are live. We're talking about puppies and babies here. Hi, guys. Welcome to our July meeting. I'm super excited you guys are here. And first of all, I just want to thank all of you guys for showing up. I think that's really huge in your business of, you know, showing yourself where you're at in your business. I think people who treat this like a business show up, and whether you're here in person or tuning in, I really think that's important. And, you know, we put on these meetings for you guys, you know, yes, for me, but also for you. Like, I really think taking some time at least once a month to give you guys some awesome training. And I think really just to be here as a team and friendships is really, really important. So I'm just going to open the meeting. Number one, talking about 4th of July, like how awesome is that holiday? And I really think that's super huge in representing Arbonne. I know for me, when I started this, I really wanted freedom. I wanted choices. I wanted a life where I could just do whatever I wanted. And I think sometimes that doesn't serve me very well because I'm like a fly by the seat kind of my pants kind of person, which sometimes I really need that routine and structure. But what I found in Arbonne is that, you know, if you just give it time and you really treat this like a business and you work it really in the nooks and crannies, I say give it 5 years. It's just like any other business. And I always ask, why wouldn't you treat this business like another business? Say you opened a restaurant or a yoga studio or whatever. You wouldn't just put in, you know, a couple weeks in it, and if people don't show up at your restaurant, you know, to close the doors, you would give it 5 years with the good or the bad, because, you know, usually that's when you start turning over this profit and having this life on why you started a business in the first place. And I can really say going on my 6th year in Arbonne is really where I can totally take a breath and be like, okay, like I have just created this awesome business to where I can take a step back and have this life where I can wake up when I want to wake up, and I treat my personal business still like a personal business. And then we built this team that I also get to help you guys build a business too. So I just want you to think of that word freedom in this business on how you can kind of run with it. And then I want to open the meeting by talking about this book, On the Edge. Shania actually recommended this to me at GTC. So if you guys do not have a book you're reading right now, I highly recommend this. It's called On the Edge, Leadership Lessons from Mount Everest and Other Extreme Environments by Allison Levine. And she's climbed like every peak in all the countries.
The 7 highest peaks in the world.
The 7 highest
There's
peaks
only
in the
40
world.
people in the world who have done it. And she's one of them.
Wow.
Side note, she's a Delta Gamma.
Yeah. What?
She lives in the Bay Area as well.
Yeah.
She's a Delta Gamma.
She could probably, do you want to tell them a little bit?
Sure. So
Yeah.
I first met Allison. She actually came to my work, to EA, and spoke about 2 years ago. And it was June when she came and spoke. And I knew that I knew her name from somewhere, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And we were getting ready to have a big Delta Gamma convention like 3 weeks later. And so she came and she spoke, and she is the most captivating speaker I think I have ever seen. And she's hilarious. She's poignant. She's just like really captivating. And so she spoke to us for about 90 minutes, and she does a really good job of relating her experiences on Mount Everest and other places that she's climbed to relationships with people and to business. And so our senior vice president of the organization that I'm in had brought her in to speak to us. And so she did a book signing afterwards, and I had gone and just chatted with her for a few minutes, got a book, and then 3 weeks later, I went to the sorority convention. And I sat down for lunch, and they introduced the keynote speaker, and it was Allison Levine. And I was like, oh my God, now I know why I know her name. And so anyway, I went up to her afterwards, and I was like, I saw you 3 weeks ago. You were incredible. She did a shortened version at the convention. It was like a 45-minute version of it, but equally as amazing. And she's just like super down to earth, lives close. I think she's in the East Bay, and just a really, really fascinating person. Really, really intelligent. Really quick and witty, just awesome person. And her book is equally as amazing. So I told Morgan to read it.
I love it. It's been awesome. So I got a little blurb from it that I really think spoke to me about every single step in my business. And I think that will really speak to you, because I know sometimes we're always working towards that next promotion, right? And sometimes we can take 2 feet forward and then 5 steps back. And then you kind of look at your business and you're like, gosh, last month I just did all of this volume, and this month I did 0. Like, what happened, you know? And she gave just this awesome explanation of kind of why that happens. Even when you're climbing these peaks, it's okay to kind of take a couple steps back. So I'm going to read this and kind of explain it to you a little bit. Basically what she's trying to say is on one of these peaks that she started going, she was at the base camp, right? That's at the very bottom. And then she climbed up to the first camp. And then they had to come back each time, like each day, and then she'd go 3 camps up, like you're up to 25,000 feet. You had to still come back down until you summited, right? And so many people could get frustrated and want to keep staying at base camp, but it takes the people who have that commitment and dedication to know that going a couple steps backwards to gain that oxygen level, to build that strong foundation will help you get to the summit. So I'm going to kind of read a little bit. But physiologically, it is incredibly frustrating as well, right? Have you ever been frustrated when that happens? Because you need to be going up in order to reach the top, but you spend a heck of a lot of time climbing down. What you have to remember is that even though you are physically moving away from your goal, you are still, in fact, making progress towards your goal because you're helping your body acclimatize. Retreating to base camp's lower elevation is an important part of staying healthy throughout the climb so that climbers have the best possible shot at making this summit, should the weather and other external factors cooperate. The body must go in the opposite direction in order to gain strength and re-energize. And this allows climbers to move faster and ascend higher the next time they head up the mountain. This is, by all means, moving towards the goal. For whatever reason, we tend to think that progress has to move in one particular direction, right? Like that. But that's simply not the case. Sometimes you do have to go backwards, away from your destination in order to reach it. The mental trick is to understand that going down does not mean you're losing ground, but rather strengthening the foundation of your effort. You shouldn't look at backtracking or starting over as a bad thing. It's just part of the normal climbing routine on big peaks, and it's something we have to do if we want to get better, stronger, and reach ourselves to achieve more. Yes, it's a drag and it can be mind-numbing at times, but rarely does anyone achieve anything worthwhile without dealing with some repetition and monotony. While retracting steps or going over something that is already familiar, it can feel like a burden. It's clearly not a waste of time, and going backwards doesn't mean you're erasing progress. The real value is going back in your starting point to regroup, re-energize, and reposition yourself to be stronger so you can ascend to the next level. So this is talking about heading in the right direction. Progress doesn't always look like progress, and it doesn't always feel like progress. But no matter what it looks or feels like, anything that makes it more likely that you'll reach your goal is progress. So look for examples of hidden progress in your life and your work. Encourage your team to do the same. So think of those times when you're going a little bit backwards, just to know you're kind of just regaining some ground in order to take you to the next step. So that's a little bit about what I want to share with you guys. And now I'm going to pass it over to Joy. I'm super excited to have Joy come up. Come on, girlfriend. So every meeting, we're going to start with a new consultant spotlight. I guess not really new, but just a consultant spotlight. And I've asked her to talk just because, in our businesses, sometimes we can go up and go a little bit back, right? And I think she perfectly has this example of what it takes to just really make a decision and to figure out her why and where she wants to go. And just I want you to share a little bit of your story and take it away.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Hello, virtual people. Thank you for letting me come and share my story and my why a little bit. I was first introduced to Arbonne in kind of a roundabout way, and it's kind of a long, but I'm going to give you the short version. I used to be married, and 2 weeks before my wedding dress did not fit me. I went to New York, I ate, I drank, and I shopped my way through New York. Came back, way too big. One of my girlfriends at my bachelorette party had lost a bunch of weight. She was looking pretty. I said, hey, Jamie, help me get, skinny, help me, get ready for this wedding of mine. This dress isn't going to fit. And she's like, oh, call Morgan. So Morgan introduced me to the 30-day healthy living cleanse. However, I had 2 weeks. So we did a little bit of a modified version. I did the cleanse for 2 weeks, and every morning I ran up the hill and down the hill. At the end of 2 weeks, I lost 10 pounds in a full dress size. So that was my first introduction to Arbonne. I really enjoyed it. It was great, great getting to know Morgan and getting to know Jamie and stuff. then I kind of took a little break from Arbonne. At that point, I was just a preferred client. Morgan and I we had remained friends and, kind of still talked a little here and there. And, I had some struggles in my relationship and, life happened and I got divorced 3 years later. So this Christmas, I was sitting there and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do tonight? I'm sitting, it was right around the holidays and Morgan invited me to an Arbonne makeup event at Michelle's house, actually. And all of the women at the table were smart, intelligent, successful women that may or may not have needed Arbonne, but they were nice, friendly people. And I have been finding myself, going to every bar in town and having happy hour and sitting by myself. I knew all the bartenders, and it wasn't, a really healthy lifestyle for me. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to make connections, get to know new people. And so I joined the Arbonne business. First couple months, okay. I kind of started out, hit DM, took a step back, a couple steps forward. And, for me, Arbonne isn't about oh my gosh, I need to make all this money, because I love my job. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still have my same job. Arbonne to me is about friendships, and I actually give 20% of everything I make back to charity. So for me, it's okay, what can I do in my business to give back? Because Arbonne is giving me something as well. The second thing that I actually do with all of my Arbonne money is I double pay one of my mortgages every month. So think about it like this. So if you have a 30-year fixed mortgage, if you're double paying it once, you're taking it down to 15 years. And you're not paying all that interest on it as well. So it's a really nice way to maybe put some extra cash aside or do something to further better yourself, because I want to retire in 10 years. I'll still probably do my business a little bit. I'll still probably, have some Arbonne stuff, or maybe I'll have a golf membership. I'm a big golfer. So for me, it's not about, yes, it's about rocking my business, but it's also about, giving back and stuff. This past month, I kind of decided last month I kind of put the brakes on because, I needed some space, and, it's kind of, when you go through a divorce, it gets a little hard sometimes. You got to kind of pick yourself back up and put yourself back together. And so last time when we were here, I was the only one that didn't get a rose. Let's start there. And it was Jamie or Jackie's little girl came up and gave me a rose and said, "Here you go." And I was like, "Oh, it was really sweet." But the thing was, I didn't earn that rose. And so my goal for this past month was to really rock my business and put my time and my energy and efforts into it. And it worked out really well.
Yay.
So that's my little story for you guys.
And you rock it, sister. All right, so I think that's awesome. I think it just goes to show you where your business can go, and once you just decide, and you can make it happen. Okay, so next we're gonna do product training. I think this is super fun each month to do, just highlight some products. I mean, we have 500 products in our catalog, and I think what we teach is really healthy from the inside out, and sometimes we're like, okay, what's next? I need to expand my horizon here. So Shania, I think you're like Miss Product Queen. You have everything in the catalog, and one of her first parties, actually your launch party, she had this huge binder.
I'm a project manager by trade.
Binder, and I was like, what is this? She literally printed every Meet the Product sheet for every product in case she had somebody have a question about a mascara or a highlight. It was amazing. So you literally know the products like the back of your hand. So take it away.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit today, but
yeah.
Okay, so we've got a few. We're gonna go through masks today, actually. So we're gonna talk about each of them in turn. I'm gonna start off with the FC5 mask. So the first one we're gonna talk about is the deep cleansing mask. Yes. So this one's part of the FC5 family, like I said. This one's meant for oily and combination skin. This one is actually formulated with glacial clay. It's as fancy as it sounds, to draw out all the impurities and excess oils from your skin while helping to refine pores for exceptional clarity. Okay, so you're gonna want to apply this just like you would any mask, evenly over your clean, dry face, and then you're gonna leave it sit for about 10 minutes. After that, you're gonna remove it gently with warm water, and then you're gonna pat it dry. Okay, so anytime you wash your face, anytime you get out of the shower, anytime there's moisture on your body and you are getting it off, we're not rubbing the towel on our face and on our body, okay? We're gonna gently pat our face and our body. Why is that? Because we don't need to be helping gravity along any more than she's already going by herself, all right? So you're gonna pat your face dry, not pull, not tug, just need to pat it, that's right, okay. So that's a little bonus tidbit for you, not part of the mask introduction, but a little esthetician tip for you there, okay. Uh-oh, I lost my spot. Okay, so after the, I got really excited about it. So after this, you're going to want to follow it up with either your FC5 oil absorbing day lotion or your FC5 moisturizing night cream. You can use this in the morning or at night, doesn't matter. I prefer to do my masks at night because I need that like spa moment at the end of the day. Also, I'm typically running like 20 to 30 minutes behind in the morning, not a lot of time to let this sit. So you can do it either time, doesn't matter. One other thing about this mask and the other FC5 masks that we're gonna talk about next, you do not want to use this in conjunction with the new cell exfoliating scrub. Yes, that's a little bit too much at one time, okay? So don't use this at the same time, either before or after. Save that for another time. You can use this 3 to 4 times a week. If you need to, you can use it a little bit more, although you probably really don't need to with this particular mask. All right. Oh, I'm gonna pass it around.
Oh.
So you can.
So can you use Genius after that?
You know, I wouldn't.
Okay,
It's something that, do you mean the Genius pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The reason is you don't really need to exfoliate after something like this. Yeah, this is partially exfoliating as well. You don't really need the double exfoliant, and that can actually have an unintended effect on your skin. So best to save that for another time. All right, up next, the Intense Hydration Mask, also part of the FC5, but this one is meant for normal and dry skin. This one's great for restoring hydration and revitalizing dehydrated skin to promote softer and more radiant appearance. Again, apply evenly over a clean, dry face and leave on for up to 10 minutes. Rinse this one with cool water, and again, we're gonna pat dry, not rub, pat dry. And again, follow with your day lotion or your night cream. This one you would want to follow with the I can't even talk tonight. Nurturing day lotion, because that's the one that's recommended for normal dry skin type. Again, this one you can use 3 to 4 times a week. Don't use it with a new cell scrub or another exfoliant. This is fine by itself. You can use this one a little bit more too. Like if you have really dry skin, this one's definitely safe to use more than 4 times a week. And it smells amazing, both of these. Yeah, I know. All the FC5 products, I mean, it's not even those. Basically, you guys, I'm just in there huffing product every time I open an Arbonne product.
I love this one. I've actually slept in that
Me
mask. So it's okay to like do overnight.
Do overnight.
That one?
The hydration
Oh,
one. It literally
You open
just
it.
blends in like a lotion. It's awesome.
Speaking of sleeping in things overnight.
Perfect intro.
Exactly. So this one is the Arbonne Clear Future Soothing Overnight Mask. Again, part of the Clear Future line. This is meant for acne-prone skin. This one you use while you sleep. It helps to calm and soothe and minimize redness, to improve skin tone and give you a healthier looking complexion. Apply evenly over the face. You're gonna wanna wait till this one's completely dry before you go to bed. Okay, so apply it relatively liberally over your face. Wait about 5-10 minutes until it's really dry. Then go ahead and go to sleep. You're gonna wanna rinse it off in the morning. And then you're gonna wanna follow it after you rinse it off, of course, with the rest of the Clear Future line for best results. You can use this one 2 to 3 times a week or as often as needed. I use this one quite a bit, actually. All right. This one's my favorite, you guys. I feel like masks are sorely underused, but this one, you guys, is life-changing. Seriously, when I first got my hands on this, I was like, it's amazing. There's so much amazingness about this product, I can't even comprehend it. Okay, so this one is the Cellular Renewal Mask. This one is actually part of the RE9 Advanced line. This mask gently exfoliates to visibly improve the appearance of skin tone and texture, as well as minimize the look of pores and provide a radiant glow. So after cleansing, you're gonna wanna put this on dry skin, and you're going to want to put a generous layer of it over your face. But you're gonna wanna avoid your eyelids, your eye area, and your mouth contour. This actually is a pretty active product, similar to our serum. This has alpha and beta hydroxy acids. So you're gonna feel a little bit of tingling when this is on, and you're likely gonna experience a little bit of redness when it comes off. That's okay, it's to be expected. Don't be concerned. What? Do it at night, yes. Yes, do not go in the sun with this. Don't slather it on and go lay by the pool.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So this one you're gonna wanna leave on for 5 to 7 minutes. You're gonna feel it working at that 5-minute mark. Feel free to leave it on until 7. I probably wouldn't leave it sit too much longer after that. I usually just do this one once or twice a week. It is pretty potent. So I would use this one sparingly once or twice a week. If you start to get irritation, like with any product, if you start to get irritation or redness that persists, you're probably gonna wanna talk to your dermatologist. But this is a life changer. If you don't have this product in your arsenal yet, you absolutely have to have one.
That will change your life. My favorite tip how to use that is in the shower. So like all the steam opens up your pores. So I wash my face and I put that mask on and shave and whatever. And it's just that perfect 5 minutes. But what are you gonna do? Wash it off and you finish your regimen?
So after this, you're gonna follow up with serum and then night
Serum
cream.
at night.
Yep. Yep, serum you should be using morning and night, yeah.
I only use it one time. I'm sensitive.
Fun fact, this little mask also comes in a sample size, so you should be sampling the crap out of your clients because they're gonna want this.
Phenomenal.
So make sure you
It's a good
invest
little
in these
little
samples and hand those out. All right, masks, friends, they are not just for your face, all right? You can put that stuff on your body and your hair. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that next. First, we're going to talk about the Sea Mud Face and Body Mask, which is part of the Sea Source Detox Spa line. This cleanses and draws out impurities from the skin surface, helping prevent clogged pores. This has natural botanicals natural botanicals that help the skin feel smooth. My typing is horrible. Hydrated, firm, we all like that, right? And invigorated, simply glowing. Right? After cleansing with the Sea Source Detox Spa Wash, you can put this on. You're gonna wanna put it on pretty generously. Again, you can put it on your face and your body. Again, avoid the eye area and the mouth area. You're gonna wanna leave it on your face for about 15 to 20 minutes and your body for about 20 to 30 minutes. Normally, I slather myself in this every Sunday and walk around my house, either naked or in a bath towel for a good 30 to 40 minutes. My husband thinks it's hilarious. But let me tell you, this stuff is amazing. I also make him put it on my back. I have a lot of clients who actually use this for acne on their back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you have clients with teenagers or who themselves have acne issues on the back, this is a great product. The Sea Source line in general is a great product, I find, for any acne issues that you have anywhere in your body. So this is fantastic. Again, this is another one of my go-to faves. If you don't have this one, get it.
That's good.
You should love it.
That's
It's
it. That one I did in the shower. That one I did.
Oh,
all right.
that one you did. You want that one to dry though.
No, it really is. Like I look at the sea
dry
monster
like
when
a
I'm
mask,
walking
like a
around.
vacuum for your face, it's like pulling all the impurities out. And that was a tingly one.
Yeah,
And it like feels cool, like it gets
Yeah.
cool. I like it.
yeah. And then when it dries, it's kind of like hard, like walking around like the swamp thing.
I'm totally gonna do that.
Even if you just have one pimple, I mean, sometimes you don't have to do your whole face if you're like dry.
I basically dip myself in it.
Oh, I love it. Do you rock the saran wrap too?
No, but that's a great idea.
Can we have a party for this?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's all, I'm not coming.
I'm not
not coming.
participating in that. All right, friends.
We'll do it.
Up next, I'm gonna do the hair masks too. You didn't specifically say
No,
not to or to, so I figured best to include them because let's be honest, your hair needs a mask too, and these hair masks are freaking phenomenal. All right, here's the deal, guys. Sea Source Detox Spa Hair Mask. Get it, use it, love it, thank me later. All right. So this one, it's part of the Sea Source Detox line, covered that. It's a blend of the ocean's most potent botanicals that fortifies hair against environmental toxins and harsh climates. And let's be honest, like this climate that we live in is pretty harsh. There's a lot of like environmental issues going on down here in California and Silicon Valley. Get this, put it on your head, protect your hair. It's gonna look amazing. This has a hydrating formula that conditions and revitalizes for a lustrous, healthy, notice me shine, all right?
Wow.
This is safe for chemically treated hair as well. So if you do stuff to your hair, not to worry, this is not gonna mess it up. This is not gonna pull the color out of it. It's just gonna make your already luscious locks look even more amazing.
She said, if.
Okay, last but not least, we have our hair revitalizing mask. This is actually part of the Pure Vibrance line, and this is actually intended for color treated hair. So when you do things to your hair, this is what you're gonna wanna use, all right? This mask helps bring back moisture that gets destroyed when we use color. It penetrates really deep so that it gets to the root and helps soften and restore hair strength and luster. It uses exclusive Color Last technology that fortifies hair strands to retain vibrant color and hydration. For deep conditioning, you can massage this onto your scalp and hair after shampooing and conditioning with the Pure Vibrance line, and then leave it on for 2 to 5 minutes. So I do this usually 2 to 3 times a week. So pretty much during the week, like every time I wash my hair, I'm putting this on, and then I'll do something else, like maybe shave my legs, probably not. I don't know, maybe like wash my face, probably wash my face. It's summer, maybe I'd shave my legs. So this, what's that?
That's in the travel.
It is. So
I love this.
fun tip,
So they'll find it.
it is in the travel kit, for sure. However, it also comes in fun sample size.
Oh.
That's right, fun sample size. Sample your friends, hand this out like candy. They will all want it. And the best part, especially about the Pure Vibrance line, this stuff is so affordable, you guys. Like, anybody that tells me they can't afford Pure Vibrance, I don't believe it, because it's cheaper than what I usually buy at Ulta. So, put that in my All right.
You mean for that?
Do you say that officially in all your shows?
I do. I leave with that.
One little tip
You're
too,
lying.
if you guys don't know about the little travel sets, is we do not get paid or promoted on any purchase with purchase or sample stuff. So I personally just love it for the case. But when people are traveling, I personally say just get the big ones and go buy the Walmart things that you can refill, because those you can't refill. You're getting people to have full volume. They can use it in their shower, and they can also refill it for travel too.
I'll sometimes use, like if I'm sampling somebody that I know, because I usually sample people on full size sets. If I know them well enough that I'm confident I'm gonna get it back, always I give them a full size set of anything I'm sampling them on. But if it's out, or if, I don't know, it's with somebody else or whatever, I'll hand out my travel size for people to sample, because it's kind of cute and they can kind of get the idea.
That's cute.
And it's a little bit better than like the tiny sample. They get a little bit better feel of what it's gonna look like and feel like in their hands. All right, any questions about masks?
You are the bomb.com.
Yes.
I have a question.
Love her.
No way. I'm so confused right now. Why would you have a question?
So I am hooked on Scalp Revitalizer.
Oh,
Can you use this in conjunction with the hair mask?
Yeah, oh, totally. Let's see why not.
do you want to tell us about that?
Impromptu product training.
Okay, so I don't have it with me. It lives in my shower, but basically it's in this tube with like a kind of a pointy spout, and after you shampoo and condition your hair, you like kind of squeeze it on your scalp. And so I do it like all up here and all down here, because I have a dandruff issue, not gonna lie, and just what's it called, Head and Shoulders is like poison for your hair. And so I've switched to Pure Vibrance, because I kind of got some highlights going on, but then I needed something for my dry scalp. So yeah, you put it in and you massage it and it kind of tingles. It's great. And then you can leave it in for about like 5 minutes. And so what I do is after I shampoo, then I put it in my hair, and then I wash my other body and sometimes shave my legs.
Do you use the scalp revitalizer every day?
So I wash my hair like every other day or every 3 days.
You use it every time you wash your hair?
Yes.
Okay.
And you do it before conditioning?
After.
Oh, after both.
Yeah.
See, I don't even use conditioner when I do the scalp revitalizer. I use tea tree shampoo and then
I
I
use tea tree shampoo too. My hair is a mane, so I need conditioner.
I was gonna say,
And it really helps too. What I've noticed after doing all the blondes is I get a lot of breakage, and it's really helping repair and like helping me grow all those thin. So any even men or women with fine hair will
Also,
come.
balding men help revitalize them. I'm not gonna say why I know that, but balding men. Yeah, it actually stimulates the hair follicles. Yeah, I mean, it's not like.
Brand of scalp revival.
It's
That one.
Arbonne
Oh, yeah.
Intelligence.
It's our
I'm gonna be up here like talking about CBS.
That's all.
No, I didn't know which part of it was.
Oh, that's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I do
it's
the
intelligent.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like the genius one.
And it's not that expensive either. It's pretty cheap.
And it lasts because you just need like
Yeah.
squish it
Yeah.
in your
And the
scalp.
tea tree
So it's
oil
good for
shampoo
dry
is
scalp.
really nice.
Dry scalp.
and hair growth.
Yeah.
That's good. I have people that use it for hair growth, but I didn't know about the.
Oh
dry.
yeah, that's why.
What about? I wonder if it's good for like psoriasis. You know, because like people with psoriasis on their scalp, it gets dry and flaky.
Probably can't hurt.
I would be careful to use it if they have a current breakout on their scalp.
Because it's
I
tingly
think it-
like tea tree oil.
I think it could be, if they have a current breakout, I think it could be a little painful.
Cool.
Okay, that was awesome.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
I can, I love that one.
What do we have
You should go,
next?
girlfriend.
Okay, I love how you added those hair masks in, especially during the summer. So this is really cool having these little extras, because when we do Healthy from the Inside Out, I always bring my top 5 favorites, 3 to 5. So having a mask or something that you think your guests would relate with. Okay, now, I'm excited for this one. Xander is gonna come up and train us on being an independent consultant, not a dependent consultant. Okay? So, and also how to chase the rabbit trail with people. So, take it away.
Okay, so I when I saw this on the list of things to train on, I was like, I'm so doing that. Because Morgan's been so good about making sure that I was independent and not dependent. And you know, the reality is in this business, I mean, it's a business model made, you want independent people. You don't want, it'd be just like another 9-to-5 job if you had all these people working on your team, but they were like dependent on you, right? You'd be all over the place. So the first thing I want to do, I'm gonna need this. The first thing I want is to read a quote. So I was trying to look for like some really good quotes that I thought represented leadership, because we're all on this continuous journey to become the best leaders we can be. So one of the quotes I found that I really loved was, leadership is about having a selfless heart and always being willing to reach out and lend a helping hand. I can't even tell you how many times in my business I've gotten help, obviously not only from Morgan or Evelyn, our MVP, but from people who they're not even in our direct success line, like side people that just like are so open and willing to, lend a hand. So I like that one. So the first thing I want to say is, to lead others, you must first lead yourself. And I've listened to so many trainings, and MVPs say this all the time, and I'm like, what are you, I'm leading myself? What do you mean? But what it means is you need to be the best consultant on your team. So if you want to attract independent consultants and leaders on your team, you need to be the best one. And what that means is, are you leading by example? Are you following our system for success, our 2, 2, and 2? Are you doing everything that you are expecting your teammates to be doing? So the people on your team, like, well, you need 8 workshops on your calendar, but do you have 8 workshops on your calendar? Because that's a gut check for me sometimes. I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to fill my calendar, So just keeping that in mind. So what does it mean to be an independent consultant? Take the lead. So one thing that I learned very early on in my business was Morgan and Evelyn are there to help us, or your VPs are there to help you. They're always there and willing to help you, but you have to try to find the answers first. So what I mean by that is, when you are looking for an answer or you need help with something, make sure that you've checked all the resources or, done the best you can. So have you checked the Facebook Nation page? Have you checked walternationonline.com, which is like our go-to for everything you need? Have you, checked maybe emails that your VP might have sent you? Maybe there's other, have you checked Arbonne, the source? I hope everybody knows what the source is. And if you don't, ask one of us later. But the source is like your go-to for any information you might need Arbonne-wise. So it's not to say our VPs aren't there to help us. It just means that we can't be dependent on them to have all the answers. So if you've gone through all of those resources and you still have a question or you still can't find it, obviously call Morgan or call your upline or whoever and say, hey, you know what? I checked this, this, and this, and I still can't find this. Can you help me? And they're like more than willing to help you. Let's see. I like this part. So independent. So there's I think a lot of us in here are district managers and area managers. I think that's all of us. So if you're looking to promote to the next level, like for instance, I'm on the journey to be a region pretty soon, our team, I need to be acting like a regional vice president. So I am going to be thinking about, okay, what would an area manager or what would a regional vice president do? So, show up like that next level. So, I know that a regional vice president has their own meetings. So I'm here asking Morgan, hey, what do you need help with? Show up to your meetings early. Ask your VP, even if you're a district manager, ask your VP, how can I help you? Like, what can I do for you at the next meeting? Maybe you can train. Maybe you can come early and help her set up. Maybe you can pick up the roses or do check-in. But just show up like that next level. Let's see. Okay, I like this one. How to build independent consultants. So empower your team. So one thing that I learned very early on in my business was that our leaders are trying to empower us. So our upline is there to empower us and show us what's inside us, what's possible for us. So a perfect example of this is, I would have this list of people that I wanted to reach out to, and I would be like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what to say to this person. And I would call Morgan and I'd be like, Morgan, I need your help. Like, can you help me with some verbiage to reach out to this person? And she'd be like, well, yeah, I can help you, but why don't you like jot down what you would say, and then I'll help, if you need help from there, like you can, send it to me and I'll see what it's like and I'll help you if you need it. And I mean, probably 9 out of 10 times, I knew exactly what to say and I said it the way it was meant to be said, and she didn't need to do anything. And she'd be like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? You don't need my help. Like you said it perfectly. So, sometimes it might be kind of frustrating and you're like, I just want your help on this. Like, I don't want to, I just want your feedback. And they're not helping you because they don't want to help you. They're really trying to empower you to do it on your own or to figure it out. And then they're there to back you up. So let's see. Okay. Another thing is independent. So how many of you guys in this room has your own event hosted at your own house on your calendar this month? I like it. I do. So are you waiting for your region meeting every month, or a meeting hosted, or a party or a workshop hosted by your upline? Or are you kind of taking the initiative and having your own workshop every month? I think it's easy, we're all here in the Bay Area, it's easy to just rely on your upline to host your events and, to bring guests and stuff, but I think it's, I always think of like the people that are out of town who don't have a local meeting or a local workshop to come to that's hosted by their upline, and they just have to take the initiative and do their meetings themselves. When Morgan moved here, she was an area manager and she was doing Discover Arbonne's in her living room, and sometimes it'd be only 2 of us, but we were having them, right? So it's really fun to host your own workshop at your own house. Invite your friends over. So that's one way you can step up. And then the last thing I want to say is, ask yourself after this meeting, are you being a dependent consultant, or are you being an independent consultant? And ask yourself all these things, you know. Are you showing up early? Are you helping your VP? Are you having your own events? Are you, you know, finding info on your own, or are you relying on someone else to help you with that? And, you know, and if you don't know the answer, like, I don't know, am I being dependent or am I being independent? Ask your upline, and maybe you guys can have a nice little conversation. I always like constructive criticism. So I'm always like, be real with me. What am I doing? And it makes me better. It makes me better. So that's awesome.
I like it. Thank you.
Oh, rabbit trails.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That's a
Just
good one. You gotta
kidding.
do that one.
So I love this topic, rabbit trails. So do you guys know what we mean by rabbit trails? Follow rabbit trails. I think the MVP that I always hear talk about this is Tara Bransma, and she's my favorite. Probably because she's a tall blonde. I don't know. Fun tip, fun fact, I actually tracked her down at GTC last year and followed her in an elevator to get a top tip from her. Anyways, she says, I know.
You were following that rabbit trail.
I was. She talks about following rabbit trails, and Linda Parker at her retreat talks about this a lot too. So a rabbit trail means that, like, the person that you're talking to about the business, or who's hosting for you, or who's your friend or your family or whatever, acquaintance, whoever, they may not be, you know, the person that's going to join your team, or even the person that's going to host for you, or a client or a PC or whatever in your future. However, they might know someone that, you know, is going to change your business, or jump in and go MVP in a year. Linda Parker always talks about $1 million, you know, how one party could literally turn into $1 million leg in your business. Now, if you think about that for like 1 second, that's like huge. I bet you would change the way you go to every party. Be like, I'm gonna find $1 million leg today. So following rabbit trails, it was probably about 6 or 7 months ago. I had some consultants on my team that weren't really working, but I knew that they had quality people in their network. And this is going to happen all throughout your business. It's not just going to be one time. It's like always getting good at following that rabbit trail. So if you know, gosh, you know, Morgan, man, she doesn't want Arbonne, and that's okay. But you know what? She has a huge network of amazing, successful, driven, you know, people, or people who are trying to get healthy. I'm going to go work in her network. And you know, she may not want Arbonne, and that's totally okay, but you know what? She's going to introduce me to someone. And it might be like someone 10 down the line that she introduces me to, or that I meet through them, you know, and that person might be an MVP in my business one day. Does that make sense? So follow those rabbit trails, because you literally never know. And any MVP that's out there training is going to tell you most of the leaders on their team were not sponsored direct to them. They were sponsored 5, 6, 7, 10 deep.
And chasing the rabbit trail could also be like a hostess, you know. Say
Yes.
Heather's hosting for me and she has 10 guests that were supposed to come, right? And then 30 minutes before, she's like, oh, everybody canceled. You could either make the decision, oh, nobody's coming, it's not really worth my time. Or you could say, you know what, this could be my $1 million leg of my business. The hostess is usually your best business builder, because they already know Arbonne. They already love Arbonne. They're the ones opening their homes for your friends. So I'm going to chase that rabbit trail and be like, you know what, Heather, we can reschedule, no problem, but I'm still going to show up and, you know, share Arbonne with you, and we can have a glass of wine together.
So a really good example of this is, and this is just how random it can be, is Kristen Walter. You guys all know who that is. She went to a party years ago and knew that nobody at the party was super quality, but she saw a picture on the wall of a girl, and she asked the hostess, who is this? And she was like, oh, it's so-and-so, you know, I don't know, it was some extended family member or something. It was like a cousin's wife, something, I don't know. That girl in that picture is now a regional vice president on Kristen Walter's team. So, I mean, that's following the rabbit trail. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
So you just never know.
That's awesome. And even when she talks about, like, you know, you wanting to go to the next level and kind of acting like that next level, I mean, it's not just for you guys. I still do it too. It's like, okay, I want to be an MVP.
what do MVPs do? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's always good to think about that, and it's always fun looking back on my journey and everything that you talked about. I'd be like, Evelyn, you know, this person's doing this, like, what can I say? And everything we're telling you, like, I've learned, now you guys are learning, and it's just so funny to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I was totally dependent, but had to finally figure it out. Okay, awesome, you guys, those were some awesome trainings. So now we're gonna get into recognition, which is awesome, which almost everybody's not here for this recognition. So we're gonna kind of go through the names if some of them are on virtual. So we actually have a ton of district managers in qualification, which is really, really awesome. Amanda Watson, she's not here today. Becky Rudd, Liz Aggie, she's in Reno. Leah Danielson's in Reno. Virginia is not here tonight.
She's in Reno right now.
Oh,
but
she is?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tahoe. Chona Poe, she's actually on Jackie's team. Jennifer Davidson, she's still in qual.
She's also in Ireland.
She's in Ireland.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Lisa
McClanahan.
Actually, she's one of Heather's clients.
Rabbit Trail.
Rabbit Trail. Really good before and after pictures of our healthy living, which is phenomenal. Alyssa Finley's in Reno, and Kelsey Chambers. You weren't here tonight. This is another Chase the Rabbit Trail. Kelsey Chambers and I met through a meetup like 3 years ago. And literally, we just became super close friends. You know, when you meet somebody, you're like, okay, she's totally my people, right? Just built this relationship, and our husbands know each other. And I've always dripped Arbonne. She used to use Arbonne back in Canada. Never wasn't for her. She still has never hosted, and she loves Arbonne products. And just for her husband being on the cleanse and referring like a couple people, she's in qualification. So it took me to go to her to say, hey, you know what? I know you literally, because I did a real ask for Kelsey like 2 months ago. She was like a total no, like it's not for me. I'm like, you're in qualification. It's my job to ask you. I don't know in 2 months if things have changed, but let me know. And she's like, oh my gosh, you might have just sparked an interest in me. So even that, people doing some referrals could lead them to building a business. So we got some awesome people in qual. And then DM bonuses, we got myself and Savannah Boschman in Reno. And then revolving 10, I want to recognize this. Do you guys know what the revolving 10 is? No. Yes. Okay. So this is really where it kind of comes down to you telling me for you to be on recognition. Revolving 10 is meaning our system, right, is 6 to 8 to 10 workshops in a month, right? Ideally, you want 10 income producing activities. It does not have to be full workshops, which ideally, if you have workshops, that's awesome. But income producing activities could look like a business one-on-one, a product one-on-one, a workshop, three-way call, sending somebody a Discover Arbonne call, income producing activities. If you, July 5th, if you look to August 5th, you should be seeing 10 income producing activities on your calendar. And if you don't, if you're like, oh, I only have 5 or 7, that just shows you every day when you wake up where you need to work. If you only have one party and the rest are one-on-ones, maybe you're like, okay, I need to get a little more workshops. But every time you have one of those appointments, your goal is to fill that spot. So then in your next 30 days, you're always having this revolving. So myself had revolving 10, and Savannah was the only one who got to me with a revolving 10. So I want you guys to let me know, like, hey, I had on my revolving 10, because we do some huge things as a nation for this, which is really important. But also, that's the gift you get to give to yourself, is an awesome business for having those on your calendar. And I think you might have had
I definitely did.
10, like maybe a lot more than that. So the next one that I want to recognize, and the person that's here, which this is really kind of crazy, kind of brings tears to my eyes. Last month, how she was saying, I was the only one that did not get a rose. Seriously, Joy, you are the one that gets the rose, because you are top personal sponsoring in Evelyn's entire nation. Really, which is pretty cool. So that just goes to show you that your activity, like all of her activity, is just going to, when you have personal sponsoring, your business is booming. Like Kara had it last month, and look where her business is. So sometimes it's not the volume that we see. Like, stop looking at web stats. If you're focusing on people and sponsoring in your business, whether it's new clients or business builders, you're gonna have an awesome business. So
Thank you.
welcome, sister. Yeah, so next month
we are at it. July is a new month. Summer, I always say, is kind of, we have our little lulls at the beginning, right? People are out of town traveling. So I always just say every month's a new month. So kind of reevaluate where you were and kind of where you want to take it. So that just leads me to Alana. You get a close tonight, honey. Yeah.
Morgan has the calendar.
Okay, got the calendar. You can start with that. Okay, so I am closing. I am going to tell you about all the things you need to know and be at. Okay, so blue is everyone. So every Monday in June and July, nation team call at 12 p.m., which I can't do because I work. But
And they're always recorded.
they're always
so.
recorded.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Booking.
You can say them all if you want, because there's some Reno team in there. So.
Well, Reno, tonight, right now,
You're calling people.
so you're doing a booking blitz. Congrats to you. We're at a monthly meeting right now. So congrats to us.
I guess you can start.
Okay. Saturday, July 9th from 12 to 1, yoga and Arbonne in the park. Yeah, 1 to 1:30, healthy living overview and business opportunity. So I think I just read on Facebook that they just added this thing that's going to be every month on Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna pick one Saturday of the month.
It is at Eagle Park in
Mountain View.
Mountain View. I was gonna say something. And you can bring guests, and you should bring a yoga mat.
Yep.
And
And the girl teaching is Christine. She's a district manager on our team. She's amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, full hour of yoga and then a 30-minute little healthy living business after.
fun. We'll be there. Wednesday, July 13th, Bay Area Booking Blitz. That's for us, 6:30 to 8. This is when you come in together and you take the time to fill your calendar. So that is at Morgan's house in Redwood City, and it's the second Wednesday of each month. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, new. Monday, July 18th, 11 a.m. Pool day, earn and learn. Pool day, earn and learn. I'm just gonna read this word for it because
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
really great. I will be rocking out a workshop, so bring your guests to have some fun and hear a bit about Arbonne. Then pool time after. Bring a lunch and bathing suit. We'll start doing these the third Mondays of the month, and that's in Sunnyvale. At whose house?
Michelle's parents' house.
Oh, Michelle's parents' house. Fun.
Yeah, so we're thinking for you guys too, rotating it like a Fremont thing and a beach side.
we're
So you
gonna go
can
back
kind
and
of
forth.
start
I have
getting
a
full now. You do? Well, more San Jose then too.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, it's community pool, but
Yeah.
it's cool.
And if you guys ever have some ideas for this too, I'd love it. So basically, I'll do a full workshop. You guys can bring your guests. We'll do Healthy from the Inside Out. You guys can come learn and also bring your guests.
Monday, July 25th is leader lunch. So all area managers and above, 12 to 1 at Whole Foods in Redwood City. Grab your lunch and meet out the tables when you walk out in the shade. And that's the fourth Monday of each month. And then Tuesday, July 26th is Start Now Live via Zoom. Link is coming. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, but what's not on here, I know it's in the, but I'm looking forward to it, is in the impact training in Sacramento.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
In August.
August 27th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, that's the one I'm.
So early bird registration ended,
Yeah.
right? But you want to get registered like ASAP.
ASAP.
Yep.
Like yesterday.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a quote.
Thanks.
I have a quote.
Wait, can I say something really quick about
Yes.
the calendar too?
Yes.
Okay, another thing you guys do that if you guys don't have it printed out on your computer, get this printed out called The Vision at the Vine. This is going to be probably in about November. They don't have exact dates, but it's before the end of the year. Here's the qualifications for this. So there's 3 months to earn it, June, July, and August. You promote 2 direct legs, district manager or above, and sponsor 20 people in your central district. Okay, or
promote one direct district and help them promote a district, and sponsor 20 people in your district. You get to earn the full Napa weekend, paid for by your NVPs in this awesome, amazing house. Chris Dobler was the only one that earned it. They're going to be there at the end of this month. So if you also do both of these, you get your MVP is going to give you a Tiffany piece of jewelry.
Oh, whoa.
So,
Wait, if you earn both of them?
so
Like
if
both
you
the-
promote
Whoa.
two districts and one of your districts promotes the district
Gotcha.
and you do your 20, yeah.
District district.
So get that, I would just say, you know, have that in mind, just focus on sponsoring. That's really kind of where this is,
Yeah.
sponsoring.
Oh, my quote. It's very short, super duper short. But it kind of goes along with what Joy was saying earlier, because June was hectic for me, and I finished my job and then started summer school at my job and then moved last week. No, yeah, not a week ago, a little bit. And so I kind of, Arbonne kind of went to the side, but I'm back in. But I also have kind of a thing about calling random people and telling them about Arbonne. Like, I'm fine with sharing it in person, but I have a lot of friends that live elsewhere because I went to college in Southern California and yeah. Okay, so this quote, it reads, "Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will."
Yeah.
That's very true.
Say it again.
Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Good. I'll leave you there.
I like it.
That's
Great. Do you want to help me close with the raffle?
Yeah.
Let me grab it. Does everybody have their ticket? Got your ticket, Kara?
Yeah.
Got your ticket? You won last time, didn't you?
Liz did.
Oh,
yeah,
Liz did.
I was like, it was one of you two.
Yeah.
She's
Shake, shake,
shared really a
shake.
lot.
Yeah, exactly. Don't pick your own. No.
Oh, wait.
Did
Oh, no,
you?
it's not. It's not, it's not. So they're all 3, 4, 1, 0, 3. So 3, 8.
Wait, 338?
Yes.
Oh! Mine was 337. Mine was 6.
There you go, girlfriend.
Already has it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I love it. We're like so right on time, exactly dialed in. Okay, you guys, we're signing off.